Welcome back to American Airlines Center. The usual capacity crowd, better than 19,000, have finally been able to make their way in on a delayed basis as we get ready for Game 4 of this Western Conference Final series between the San Antonio Spurs and the Dallas Mavericks, with the Mavs looking to tie the series at 2. And the big story, as the guys touched on during the pregame show, Dirk Nowitzki will sit it out. It was early fourth quarter, Game 3 Friday night. Dirk suffered a sprain to the ligaments that hold his left kneecap in place. He went down involved in that collision with Manu Ginobili. So Dirk will not play tonight. A moment ago, we were talking about how Don Nelson will approach tonight's game. Well, he has made lineup changes, and Nick Van Exel is now in the starting lineup. Nick started only one game all season, but Jeff, of significance, Nelson now has coming off the bench. Eduardo Nahara, Roger Bell, Adrian Griffin, and Tariq Abdul-Wahed. I would think that the starters will see much playing time.
Well, Nash, Van Exel, and Finley must come through. But even more important than that is their level of belief. All 9 Mavericks that come on the floor tonight must believe they can win tonight, must believe they can win the series, and ultimately win a championship.
And Czar, what a spectacular performance on Friday night by the combination of Tim Duncan and Tony Parker.
Marv, at halftime, the Spurs were down 8 points. In the first half, Duncan had a double-double already, so he was doing his job on the way to 34 points, 24 rebounds, along with 6 block shots. He needed somebody else to step up. It was the 21-year-old Tony Parker, who in the third quarter went for 19 points on the way to 29 points. So just a spectacular performance by the two combined.
And they combined for 63 of San Antonio's 96 points. Well, we hear the buzzer. Crowd reacts. Apparently, they're just about set for the playing of the national anthem and the introduction of the starting lineup. Let's go to the public address voice here of the Mavericks. Humble Billy Hayes.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hat as we honor God and America with the singing of the national anthem, performed tonight by Patrick Thomas.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last evening, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets their glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Go ahead and crack those glow sticks. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to tonight's game. Western Conference Finals game number 4 between your Dallas Mavericks and the San Antonio Spurs. Introducing the starting lineup for the Spurs. At forward from Cal State Fullerton in his 7th NBA season, number 12 is Bruce Bowen. At forward from Wake Forest in his 6th NBA season, number 21 is Tim Duncan. At center from Navy in his 14th NBA season, number 50, David Robinson. From Oak Hill in his 3rd NBA season, at guard, number 3, Stephen Jackson. And at guard from France in his 2nd NBA season, number 9, Tony Parker. Head coach of the Spurs is Greg Popovich. season. Number 31, and center from Kansas in his fifth NBA season, number 45, Blake LaFrance. And forward from Maryland in his 11th NBA season, number 43, Walt Williams. And a forward from Wisconsin in his 8th NBA season, number 4, Michael Finley. The head coach of the Dallas Mavericks is Don Nelson. Tonight's officials are Bernie Pryor, Joe DeRosa, and Derek Stafford.
Any way you want it, it's the way you need it. Any way you want it.
The drama of the NASCAR Championship coming in July to TNT.
Hey guys, Domino's is here.
Sorry.
Kids, give this man some air, please. What day is it, sir?
Free pizza day.
And the next day?
Free pizza day.
Fascinating. And the next day?
Free pizza day.
Kids, your dad's gonna be just fine.
Now, every day is free pizza day at Domino's. Get a medium one-topping pizza free when you buy a large Domino's pizza at menu price any day.
Sir, how many pizzas am I holding?
2.
He's good.
Get the door. It's 2-for-1 pizza days.
Don't we need broccoli? I think I need a haircut.
Kids who can't wait to go on everyday errands?
How are we on gas?
Here's why. Bank One introduces Disney's Visa credit card. The new way to turn your everyday spending into magical Disney rewards. Disney's new Visa card.
You don't know what I had to do to get here.
Only from Bank One.
For those of you who may have just joined us, the start of tonight's game delayed about a half hour. A small fire breaking out in the kitchen, leading to a water burst on an upper level of the arena, which set off the alarm. The arena must be automatically cleared, and it was. So we're starting a little past 8 o'clock here in Dallas instead of 7:30.
Marv, I hope I can work my way back into the game now. I cooled down a little bit, but I think I'm ready.
Jeff, we were worried about his psyche.
Well, sometimes he drifts from in and out of what's best for the team. He's thinking about himself. We got to get him thinking team.
You see Dirk Nowitzki sitting it out. Without Nowitzki during the regular season, Mavericks won 1 and lost 1. He missed 2 games. And the loss was an early season defeat at San Antonio back in December. San Antonio in control off the opening tip. Jackson for Duncan. He is fouled by Van Exel. The officials tonight are Bernie Pryor, Derek Stafford, and Joe DeRosa.
You can see with these early matchups now, the decision for Greg Popovich will be how long can he stay with his 2 big men, and that will depend on how well they defend this offensive unit. I mean, to make up the points and rebounds that Nowitzki has given them during the season and the playoffs up to this point and try to replace them. You can't replace his rebounding, his size, but what Don Nelson's tried to do is put some firepower out there on the floor. We'll see if the Spurs can defend them.
And I'd be shocked if Dallas doesn't play a great game tonight. I think Nash and Van Exel and Finley are going to all play well tonight and give themselves a chance in the 4th quarter.
LaFrance finding some space. Williams to the open Nash for 3. Well, Dallas, an excellent 3-point shooting team. They will have to scramble. They'll have to be on fire from downtown. And, of course, Don Nelson loves this type of situation. Certainly prefer to have Dirk Nowitzki, but Bowen not able to hit the 3. Van Exel got tripped up. Van Exel scored. Van Exel went down, stood back up, and knocked out a 3. And a quick timeout taken by Greg Popovich. It's a 20-second timeout.
What we see early on is we see Dallas coming out, getting away from their set plays. Even though Van Exel trips, he still finds it quick enough to launch the what's happening is this passing game, motion-type offense that Dallas has gone to early is unpredictable. You don't know exactly what they're going to do next. It's got San Antonio's defense off balance.
And I think you made a great point. Don Nelson told us before the game they wanted to play fast and score in transition, but if they didn't get a good opportunity, then play slow in the half court and take a lot of time. The first possession where Nash hit the three, 10 or 11 passes, and then they took a shot with less than 5 on the shot clock.
They swung the ball from the left side of the floor, Jeff, completely reversed it, got it to the right corner for the open three.
Don Nelson also said if things aren't going well, we'll play fast. Here's Duncan. So the Mavericks have a 6-3 lead. A live TNT NBA Spanish language feed is now available via SAP. But the Spurs always expect some sleight of hand from Nelson. Unusual matchups, turning disadvantages for his team into positive situations. Always loves those hybrid-type matchups. Tony Parker handling against Michael Finley. Here's David Robinson drawing the double. Bowen for three. And on the back tap, Parker able to race it down.
Boy, you see a white jersey search out Tim Duncan and make sure they put a body on him, trying to keep him from getting second and third shot opportunities.
So Jackson has an open three. Here comes Nash. Goes to the pull-up, and he's way off. Steve Nash has had a tough time in this series. Remember last year there was a feeling they have worn down because of the high number of minutes he played during the regular season. And Parker comes up with there.
Mark, right now the emotion is very high for both teams. Steve Nash got caught up there. That was a poor shot he took. Right there, Tony Parker hurried a shot. No passing of the ball.
And Greg Popovich has already seen enough. He's going to Ginobili and Claxton. He does not like how this game has started for his team.
Nash working hard. The French with the rebound, but a foul. Basketball count. It's a pushing foul on Rafe LaFrentz.
Well, you think about it, Jeff, of the 5 field goal attempts that San Antonio's taken, 4 out of the 5 have come from their perimeter guys. Popovich wants the ball down inside. Make them pay the price.
And here's an immediate message from Greg Popovich. 3 early substitutions. Speedy Claxton, Malik Rose, and Manu Ginobili.
And this is what this substitute is all about. How do they react? Do they sit over there and complain about the early substitution? Or do those 3 guys who were substituted for gather themselves and become more determined to play better basketball?
He took out David Robinson along with Steven Jackson and Tony Parker. Ginobili try to get it down low. Shot clock to 6. Here's Claxton. And he's fouled. LaFrentz went for the block, and he's called for a second.
Marv, this last series coming down the floor for San Antonio is exactly what Greg Popovich wanted. They started the ball on one side of the floor. They reversed it all the way to the other side, punched it in, kicked it back out, swung it back again, and then penetrated at the end and drew a foul. That's what he told me he wanted as a game plan. That's what he expected Parker and Jackson to execute.
And I think Dallas's players have to be more economical in their fouls.
Watch how the ball begins on one side, now goes over to the right side. You see a little penetration, kick it in, kick it back out, swing the ball, skip pass, ball fake, drive baseline, and then the foul takes place. Those are the things that Popovich wants to see.
Eduardo Nahara has come on for Rafe LaFrentz, who collected the 2 early fouls, along with the absence of Nowitzki. Sean Bradley sitting out with a knee injury. Evan Eschmeyer is out with a sore knee. So Dallas with 9 players that are available. Mavericks have an 8-5 lead. Blake Rose coming off the 1 for 10 the other night after the terrific game 2. Duncan being played by the very physical Nahara. Rebounded by Walt Williams. Van Exel able to beat Bowen and gets inside. Nick Van Exel came up with 13 points. in the first half the other night, shooting 5 of 8, but then went 1 for 7 the rest of the way. Has not been able to locate those mid-range shots so successful against Sacramento. And the loose ball foul against the Spurs. It's on Duncan.
Again, the white jerseys seek out Duncan. They put a body on Duncan, and when he reaches over the top, this time he's called for the offensive foul by coming loose ball foul over the top, Tim Duncan.
And you're right, he could have been called for an offensive foul on his initial turn in. Nahara using his body to protect the basket.
Walt Williams shoots the 3. Comes back to Nash. Here's Van Exel, changed his mind. Finley dumping around Ginobili and gets inside. And the Mavericks have come out with a push. The Spurs will talk it over.
This is a very difficult lineup to guard. I don't care who's playing. You've got small people on the floor that can put it, penetrate, and finish at the end.
Cold filter what you don't need. Keep what's good. MGD.
Introducing a new level of performance from Acura. The all-new TSX.
Woo, look at that MVP move! MVP? Oh, come on, player. The real MVP just landed home.
Now, Verizon Wireless lets you help choose the NBA Finals 2003 MVP. Just text MVP to the number 622 to participate. Then, during a deciding game of the finals, you'll be sent a ballot. Vote for your favorite player. Because every night you vote, you're entered in our sweepstakes for a chance to win a high-definition TV and wireless phone. So text MVP to the number 622 now to get started.
Can you hear me now? Good.
Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for you.
It takes more than an individual to win a championship. It takes a team. Everyone working together, playing defense, leaving their egos at the door. It's old school basketball. And those who know its secrets will show what it takes to become a champion. The finals are coming. Game 1, June 4th at 8 p.m. on ABC.
Log on to SI.com for the latest NBA news, scores, and more from Sports Illustrated.
TNT's exclusive coverage of the NBA Western Conference Finals. Brought to you by Southwest Airlines. More than 2,700 non-stop daily flights to 59 destinations. Verizon Wireless. Sign up for America's Choice Family Share Plan. Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for you. NikeBasketball.com. And MGD. Cold filter what you don't need. Keep what's good.
Well, we mentioned the 3 quick substitutions by Greg Popovich, putting in Malik Rose, Speedy Claxton, and Manu Ginobili. He said he had to change the rhythm of the game. He did not like the way they were playing it. He did not like the fact that Tony Parker, the quick shot, was playing into the hands of the Dallas Mavericks. Also, he wasn't happy with Steven Jackson's energy level. He has been talked to by both assistant coaches, and he has been told to move over and join his teammates and sit by the bench instead of underneath the basket. Cheryl?
Thanks, like Craig. In the last 48 hours, Dirk Nowitzki has received lots and lots of treatment, from icing to electric stim to a new device that the Mavs bought from Germany. It's called DOT, Deep Osculation Therapy. Its main function is to keep swelling out of the joint and out of the general area. I spoke to Dr. Serio, the team physician. He said there's been a little bruising on the inside of that left knee. That's to be expected, but absolutely no swelling. Mark, that's great news if there's a game 6 or 7.
Yes, it is, Cheryl. And Dirk is a guy who in the past has not had knee problems. He has had ankle difficulties throughout his career. Dallas is open with Great emotion here at the start. 5 minutes gone by. They lead it 12-5. They double on Rose. Shot clock to 3. Bowen fumbled it, and it's a 24-second violation.
Excellent defense. They trapped, we're talking about Dallas, they trapped the low post hard, double-teamed it, forced the kick-out pass. They reposted the same guy up again. They came again. They're really full of energy right now, Marv.
And Nelly's done a great job with the matchup. He's got Finley guarding the point guard, so a bigger double-teamer is the initial guy to go down on the post.
Naharov picks it out. Van Exel to Williams. Here's Williams. Oh, nice pass, but Naharov not able to hit the layup.
You know, you just saw Don Nelson kind of make a fist and semi-punch the table, meaning, geez, we've missed a layup, and you normally wouldn't overreact to just one layup early in the game, but Don Nelson understands the significance of each basket this game. Each one is important.
And Parker is going to get his second opportunity to come in, and it's really important. I can't overstate it enough, Mark, how he comes back into the game. I one time took out 5 starters in Washington after a poor start of the game, and we ended up winning the game. It had nothing to do with the move. It had everything to do with the reaction of the players who were substituted for. They didn't like it one bit, but they were professional, and they did what they needed to do to come back in and play well. I'll be interested to see what Parker does, and particularly what Steven Jackson does.
You see, there's only certain ways you can get the message across to players. If they don't want to hear you yelling and screaming at them, then what's the other alternative? Substitute and send the message that way.
Well, Bruce Bowen off to the shaky start at the line. He shot one at the line the other night. Here's Finley for 3. The Mavericks with a 15-6 lead. Baseline official Joe DeRosa with the holding call. Nelson got a ring on that call. Walt Williams picks up his second.
It is so loud in this building that 2 of the players, Williams and Rose, never even heard the whistle that time. It was 2 or 3 seconds past it. They were still playing.
Derrick Rose, 2 shots.
Well, the Mavericks are over the foul on it. A reminder, exclusive coverage of this Western Conference Final Series continues here on TNT. That'll be Tuesday in San Antonio with Game 5 coverage starting at 9 o'clock if necessary. Game 6 back here in Dallas on Thursday starting at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Only 38 personal fouls were called in Game 3 following the 72 in Game 1 and the 48 in Game 2. Plus the 2 ejections and the 7 technicals in Game 2. Adrian Griffin has checked in, coming on for Walt Williams. This is Griffin with it. Off the weave, Finley goes back to Griffin. Shot clock down to 5. Too much passing. Griffin recovers. It did hit the rim, but back come the Spurs.
You know, Marv, all this early energy for Dallas is excellent. But the bottom line is, it's still only a 7-point lead here in the first quarter. Ginobili hits the 3 from downtown. Can they sustain this energy over the next 3.5 quarters? That's the key right there.
Naharov gives it right back on a traveling violation.
And will they have enough front court players to even compete? LaFrance, Williams, both with 2 early. You've got Naharov at 6'7", and Adrian Griffin at 6'4". Size matters in the NBA. This is an unbelievable challenge for the Mavericks.
Naharov defending with some help on Duncan. Offensive foul on Bowen.
Well, you just saw Don Nelson jump up, look out at Griffin. We'll see excellent defense. Finley guesses he's coming left, jumps in front. It may have been a block because his feet weren't set, but it was called a charge, so it doesn't matter. We're moving on. But Nelson jumped up, looked at Griffin and said, shoot the ball if you're open. Don't keep faking and putting it down. If you got a good shot, that might be the best shot we can get. You have to take it.
That was that previous sequence with the overpassing by Dallas. Here's Van Exel off the fake. Well, able to get it off on a ball fake. Exel, 3 for 3 here at the start. He has 7 points. Mavericks, 17. And the Spurs, 11. Adrian Griffin. Very tight defense on Malik Rose. Manu Ginobili. And this is Tony Parker with his shot clock down to 5. Duncan, stripped. Good play by Griffin, who is an excellent defender. San Antonio gets back. And Exel didn't have the range on that shot, didn't have the balance, but they have the new shot clock. Now Griffin.
That's the shot that Nelson just got done telling him. If you're open in that area, take it. That's a good shot for you. Marvin mentioned Van Exel pulled up short on the jumper. That's because the size of Bowen made him pull back. He didn't have enough strength to finish the shot from the distance he was at.
Parker fouled by Nahara. That's his first.
And offensively, I like what San Antonio just did. Their post-up game right now is not generating enough quality shots. So what did they do? They went to the high pick-and-roll game with Parker. It gave Dallas trouble. Parker got to the rim and drew another foul.
Jeff, remember in the last game in the third quarter when they were 8 points down, the Spurs, they came out, what'd they go to? High pick-and-rolls. Parker gets going, 19 points in the quarter.
Parker with 8 of 11 from the field in that third quarter, 19 of his 29, so that'll help the Spurs erase that 11-point deficit. 4-point lead now for Dallas. Mavericks going without Dirk Nowitzki. Sean Bradley also out because of the knee injury. Steve Nash knocks down the 3. So the Mavericks 4 of 6 from downtown, and they're looking to put on the type of performance that we saw in Game 2 of the Sacramento series. Remember, Dallas with 83 points in the first half for a playoff record, and they went 19 of 42 from downtown. Parker penetrates. Beautiful move by Parker.
How did he respond coming off the bench? I'd say very effectively.
And on the turnover, back comes San Antonio. Down to 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Here's Parker. Nahara with the rebound. Spurs get back. Nash was 1 on 5. Now that Exel guarded by Parker. There's Williams who just checked back in. That was a 3-point attempt.
Completely different type of offense that time. An isolation, move everybody over to the other side. Forget all that pass. Get it to a guy, see if he can take his man.
Nash over to help on Rose. And the rebound taken by Van Exel. Bowen stripping Nahara. Several miscues here by Eduardo Nahara have hurt the Mavericks. Nahara back in the lineup after sitting out again with a deep 5 bruise involved in the collision with Malik Rose back in Game 1. Here's Parker. No, I don't think Tony did any soaking on the bench.
You know what, Jeff? I noticed a lot of energy taken out of these guys early in the game. There's a lot of guys leaning over right now, puffing and puffing hard. The energy has been draining here for them.
Absolutely. You see it in Dallas' offensive energy. First couple possessions, the ball was moving. Now they've resorted to isolation.
Exel with the step. Oh, beautiful shot by Nick Van Exel. Mavericks lead 22-17. 9 points for Van Exel. He's hit 4 of his first 5. Duncan in his first quarter has been a passer, and Parker stepped out of bounds.
Tony Parker was so intent to try and get the ball back into Tim Duncan that he stopped reversing to the top and then dragged that pivot foot. See Van Exel on the penetration, take it up high over the top of Tim Duncan. So he's got Bowen playing him, Duncan coming. Heck of a shot that time.
Everybody needs to take their game up a notch, just not in the overall scoring, but every aspect of the game that Dirk, brought to the floor. His intensity, his scoring, obviously his rebounding, and just his presence. I mean, that's going to be something that I think everybody who gets an opportunity to play has the opportunity to do those things.
Don Nelson was telling us earlier that Dirk wanted to play. He said Dirk described this morning, well, he said he felt fine. He got out of bed, was able to walk. But Don said to him, but hey, you can't play an NBA game. I'm not going to take a chance with your career, although there is a shot that he could play in San Antonio. Game 6 depends on the situation of the series.
Remember, that kneecap almost flipped on him, which happens a lot of times when the kneecap gets displaced. It almost turned over on him, but it snapped back in place then, which was the good news for him.
I would say by the way Dirk was dressed, he was thinking he was going to play tonight, Mark.
Down to 1 minute remaining in this first quarter. Mavs up 22-17. Shot clock to 3. Here's Finley firing. And David Robinson back on the floor, able to get to the rebound.
Dirk either thought he was going to play tonight or go to dinner with you.
What are we saying here?
Hey, Dirk, I'll take Dirk to dinner anytime. If the moment he becomes a member of a team I'm ever on, that guy can play basketball.
Well, he's got his reddish-orange, sweatshirt on. You usually have your blue one on, so it's a nice match.
Foul on Finley. Tony Parker at the line.
And notice all 3 players that Popovich substituted for early are all now back on the floor. So Jackson and Parker and Robinson are all being given a second chance, and I think that's a good move.
There's the switch of the pick and roll, Nash versus Duncan.
Williams for 3. Kept alive by Van Exel. They get the new shot clock. Here's Nash challenging and throw it away. Parker with Williams back. Here's Parker. Van Exel with the rebound. Ginobili took it out of his hands. Van Exel saying that he was fouled. Ginobili just grabbed it away from Van Exel. We're down to 10 seconds remaining in the first quarter. The Maverick lead is down to 1. Van Exel spinning his way on Ginobili. Finley got it off in time. They will review it. It appeared that the shot will count.
At the buzzer, Michael Finley with a bucket. They're reviewing the play.
Nick Van Exel comes down. He's still anchored from the no ball on the other end. Finley recovers it. Ball looks like it's clearly out of his hand. The shot should be counted as good.
And for the first time this series, the Mavericks have the lead after 1. It's Dallas 24, San Antonio 21. Back in Dallas, Marv Albert, Lazar, Mike Fratello, Jeff Van Gundy. Dallas by 3 after 1 quarter of play. And the start of tonight's game was delayed about 25 minutes because American Airlines had to be evacuated. Just at about, well, exactly at 7:13 here in Dallas. A small fire broke out of the kitchen on an upper level, leading to a water burst, set off the alarm, and the arena must automatically be cleared, so it delayed the start of tonight's activity. Zara, are you back in your rhythm? What exactly is your rhythm?
It's been hard, Marv, but I've worked diligently to try and get my maximum concentration back for the remainder of this game.
We've heard enough.
You know, it's like that. Can you have a mute button on a broadcast from here?
That we could use.
Yes, that we could use.
Yeah. In the first quarter, Dallas 10 for 20 from the field. San Antonio only 5 of 14, yet it's a 3-point game because the Spurs are spending lots of time at the line. Michael Finley off to the good start. 4 of 5. He has 9. The Spurs 10 of 12 at the foul line, and that's why this game is as close as it is. Pass broken up by Williams. David Robinson. Trying to come from the blind side to reject it, but a bit late. 26-23 Dallas.
And Williams knows he can only do so much against Robinson's size, particularly because he already has 2 fouls.
Raja Bell is checked in for the first time. So they're going with the three-point shot. Mavericks now 5 of 10 from beyond that three-point line.
And the number that would worry me if I'm Greg Popovich is, with my superior size and strength, I'm being out-rebounded by 4 already.
Ginobili. Ginobili has been very quiet in this series at the offensive end, but has 8 points here in the first half. Nice move by Van Exel. He was able to beat Jackson along the baseline. Mavericks 31. Spurs 26 with a minute and a half gone by in the second quarter. With Parker and Jackson at the guards, Duncan, Robinson, and Ginobili up front. Jackson fires the three. New shot clock for the Spurs. Even Jackson feeling better after bothered by a throat infection. Ginobili again. Ginobili, who played so well in the series against the Lakers, has not received much playing time thus far in this series and has had a breakout first half. He's 3 of 3 from downtown.
Yeah, I would think that when the guy is going 4 for 4 from the floor, you might stay with him a little bit closer and not come back off him as quickly.
Here's Van Exel. Robinson on the rebound. San Antonio down by 2. Nahara knocking it away from Duncan and made contact, and Duncan did not like it.
Well, Duncan thought it was clearly a foul that Nahara was trying to take him down intentionally before he could shoot the ball. And then Tim was, I think, talking to the official about his shoulder. He was hit on the back. Right here, right arm on the shoulder is what knocks Duncan down. Duncan's wondering where the foul is.
And I believe he thought it was, he got fouled twice on the initial hit, and then the follow-through with the right arm. You don't see Tim Duncan react and lose his poise or get angry too often, so he certainly thought there was something more to the foul than just a normal common foul.
Foul on Nahara, his second. Now the foul on Williams, and that will put Ginobili at the line.
I think early on, I didn't see the official react and call the foul, so I think Duncan kind of spun around. He questioned whether or not it was a foul or not, but he was really questioning why Nahara wound up hitting him over the shoulder with the arm.
Tim Duncan taken out by Greg Popovich. Tim Duncan to this point has had to approach matters the way he did in the series against the Phoenix Suns, as Popovich likes to say. The Suns for a while made him into Joe Montana, just looking to find people because of the double teams that has not a guy's going to force some shots. Roger Bell called for a technical foul as he swung his arms in the direction of Tony Parker. It was a blatant move, according to the official.
This comes very close to catching Tony Parker as he swings it. In the official's opinion, that was a deliberate elbow towards the facial area. Technical.
Ernie Fryer with the immediate call of the tee, and Parker knocks it down.
As an offensive player, though, you do teach your guys to clear people off of and out of your space. It can't be as violent of an elbow, but certainly the offensive players are the good ones in this league, create space.
I like the call, Jeff. I think it was the proper call at that time. I have no problem with that call.
I agree with you, but at the same time, I don't think what he was trying to do was the wrong thing, which is to clear space.
San Antonio takes the lead. LaFrance coming up short.
See how hard it is to generate offense when the guy when you put the ball in his hands 80% of the time, I'm talking about Dirk Nowitzki, when he's missing, now all of a sudden you have to generate new offense through different people. It's very difficult.
Rose able to recover as Parker lost possession, rebounded by Finley. There's Finley from way downtown. And it deflects out of bounds. Last touch by San Antonio. Now Steve Nash will check back in. And a timeout is taken. 8 minutes, 11 seconds remaining in the first half. Spurs 32, Mavericks 31.
When I totally lose control, I like it.
Morning.
Those are all good, but after cheating on me, he deserves something way more painful.
Tell it over a great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. It's Miller time.
What in this world keeps us from falling apart? Luxury is more than what you feel. It's knowing you can totally, completely relax. That is the ultimate luxury. Chrysler Pacifica.
He betrayed his friends.
What are you doing?
See a few plans of my own.
This Friday.
I want to see the look on that man's face when his gold is gone.
Get ready.
We made our play, and I came out on top.
For payback.
It's over when I say it's over.
I want to start the game up again. That's fine with me.
Open the door!
Mark Wahlberg.
This is it, guys.
Charlize Theron. Edward Norton.
Just blew the element of surprise.
Surprised?
The Italian Job. Rated PG-13. Starts Friday everywhere.
Need to go see the Greek and get a number.
There's some guys that are showing a lot of money. Port guys. Drugs, maybe.
They got money, did it right.
We all got problems, you understand me? Police don't know it.
On my docks, this happened. Got yourself a hell of a case.
Brilliant. Gripping. Daring. The Wire. An all-new season. Only on HBO.
Welcome back to Dallas. Just moments ago, the official Bernie Fryer called a physical taunting foul on Roger Bell of the Mavericks. Right here as he swung the elbows and just did miss connecting with Tony Parker. Here's the explanation from Bernie.
A little unsportsmanlike. It's a physical taunt, so that skins you once, so be careful out here. Go ahead.
If he's crowding me, what? I mean,
oh, you can't do that. Just let him crowd you. We'll get a foul on him. If he touches you, just move on it.
That's excellent officiating by Bernie Fryer, explaining it, and what Bell has to realize, if that elbow would have connected to his face or anywhere above his shoulders, Bernie Fryer would have had to eject him for that type of foul.
He would have had a decision to make, probably would have wound up ejecting him from the game. I love the demeanor, though, where he went over, calmly handled it. Player said, I have a question. Go ahead. Listen to it, and then explain how to help him out.
That was terrific.
Bernie Fryer, one of two on the NBA officiating staff that played in the NBA. One plays for the Portland Trailblazers. Leon Wood is the other. 4 minutes gone by in the second quarter. Spurs with the ball. They lead by 1. Here's Ginobili. Bell on the rebound. Roger Bell coming off a strong end of the offensive end the other night. Nash, Bell, Finley, and Axel LaFrentz on the court. Race LaFrentz. Well, that's his first bucket, and the Mavericks take a 1-point lead. Almost half of the Mavericks' shots have been from three-point range. Ginobili feeling it here tonight. Manu Ginobili with 14 points in a hurry here in the first half. 5 of 6 from the field. Things now slowing down for Dallas. Van Exel going up against an excellent defender in Ginobili. Shot clock to 4. Here's Van Exel. Comes back to net. Van Exel with the runner.
That's a much better shot for Nick. Floating through the air, getting it up over the top of a guy that's a foot and a half, 2 feet taller. That's when he's comfortable, being set with his feet ready to plant. That's not good for Nick Van Exel.
San Antonio's not doing a good job rebounding the three-point misses.
Van Exel running into Rose, could not put the brakes on, so Van Exel with his second two apiece now on Van Exel, LaFrance, Williams, and Finley.
Mark, you mentioned earlier about Bernie Fryer and Leon Wood being the only two officials to go from playing to officiating. It probably tells you a lot about how difficult refereeing is, because all the players know it's a very difficult game to officiate correctly.
Following his playing career as Tony Parker is able to hit the runner. Don Nelson, for a while, looked to become an NBA official.
I think it's an excellent avenue for you to pursue that.
Well, I was trying to make that point for the kids out there. We're always trying to include the youth of America.
Shaw has these little tips that he passes on. LaFrance able to get to it. No backcourt violation. It was touched by one of the Spurs. Here's Finley for three. And back comes Tony Parker, who, similar to the other night, has been on a number of loose balls. Comes up with an unusual number of rebounds for a point guard. Bullock challenging LaFrance and is rejected. Last touch by Rose, good play by Bell.
It's like Bowen forgot that Ray LaFrance does have the ability to block a few shots and try to shoot it through his arm.
5:32 remaining first half.
We let a certified mechanic repair or alter your vehicle.
1, 2, 3, make it!
Let's leave enough information to the experts.
Make it!
Rules are there for your safety. Thank you. That's right. Riding in style.
Make it!
Remix the rules, remix the flavor. New Tropical Sprite Remix. Remix.
The only thing better than the world's best is the world's best on the Travel Channel. Every weeknight, we've got the most daring top 10 countdowns around. Like the coolest water parks, Hawaii's hottest beaches, the most fantastic food factories, and even the most outrageous bathrooms. World's Best, every weeknight at 8, only on the Travel Channel. Nobody does bests better.
Where do you get your pet's flea, tick, and heartworm medications?
Oh, what a hassle. I take the dog, drive to the vet's office, then sit and wait.
I just call 1-800-PET-MEDS, and my pet's medications are delivered right to my door.
Wow, I paid a lot at the vet's office.
And I paid a lot less.
1-800-PET-MEDS guarantees the lowest price on all your pet's medications. Order now and receive free shipping.
USA Today is the place for a comprehensive look around the league. Get all the latest scores, stats, standings, and daily game recaps to keep you up to date with your favorite teams and players. So pick up your copy of USA Today every day.
TNT's exclusive coverage of the NBA Western Conference Finals is brought to you by Chrysler. Cars so beautifully designed and brilliantly engineered you can't help falling in love. And Sprite. Obey your thirst.
From TNT. If nature selects you to be a cold-blooded killer, then that is what you are. Alec Baldwin.
What did they tell you?
Second Nature. See the world premiere Sunday, June 22nd at 8, only on TNT.
For the San Antonio Spurs in this first half, the man who has supplied the offense, Argentina's Manu Ginobili, who had been very quiet in this series, but tonight 5 for 6 from the field.
Yeah, and Ginobili totaled 9 points in games 2 and 3. We see him hit 2 3-pointers, and then he goes to his drive, his delayed reaction, banker off the glass. Right now, Ginobili with 15 points. Like I said, he had only 9 points combined in games 2 and 3.
The rest of the Spurs, 5 for 17. And Nick Van Exel has come up big in this first half, as he did in game 3.
And when Greg Popovich put Ginobili in within 3 minutes of the game, that's a big factor on if you subs can take guys out early. Hey, do you have anybody else, as Bell hits that jumper, do you have anybody else who can be more effective than the guy you took out? So Ginobili really responded well.
Roger Bell continues to contribute at the offensive end. Friday night, 6 for 10, 14-point offensive foul. It's on Malik Rose.
From here, it looked like when Rose pulls the right arm back. Watch him pull the right arm back. Right there, where he hits him, knocks him down. There's been a little bit of acting on Finley's part.
All I know is Don Nelson teaches the flop better than anybody in the NBA. There, it looked to me like Finley was already falling before the contact.
Duncan has returned. He has attempted only 3 shots, 1 of 3 from the field as the Mavericks continue to double team. Rose draws for foul. Malik Rose, who had a sensational game too and spent much time at the line. It was 15 of 18 at the line. Only 1 for 10 in game 3. He'll shoot 2 right here. You saw Manu Ginobili get up and make his way to the scorer's table. So he checks back in. A very brief rest for Ginobili. San Antonio spending a lot of time here at the line. 13 of 15 at the line. The Mavericks yet to shoot at the free throw line. Well, the NBA Finals will tip off on June the 4th, 8 o'clock on ABC. You can log on to NBA.com for an exclusive look ahead at the potential matchups, including a statistical breakdown for all the conference finalists. Love it live on NBA.com. The winner of this series will face the New Jersey Nets. That's making their 2nd straight trip to the finals. And they'll go in with 10 consecutive playoff wins. Really thought he was hacked. Took the shot from Ginobili. Now the foul on Ginobili.
Well, I want to go back to something that Jeff said a moment ago about you have somebody better coming off the bench replacing the guy who started. Go back to Manu Ginobili. When Steven Jackson came out of the game earlier, Jeff mentioned he wouldn't sit with the rest of the team. He wouldn't sat by himself on the baseline. The assistant coach went over, talked to him 2 or 3 different times, encouraged him to go back and join the team, be a part of it. I'll tell you what will make you go back and join the team on the bench is when the guy who comes in, like Ginobili, goes 5 for 6 on the floor and puts 15 big points up on the board. Then you rejoin the team suddenly.
Shot clock to 4. Nash for 3. Steve Nash from downtown and the foul. Potential 4-point play.
Watch the wrist. The defensive player as he challenges. We'll see. Right, Tony Parker hit him on the forearm and wrist. 3-pointer goes in. Nash to the foul line.
And Nash had been complaining about that the entire game, that he was being hit after the release of his shot.
And a rare missed free throw for Steve Nash, one of the best at the line of the NBA. Here's Ginobili. Shot blocked by LeBrett. Ginobili able to get it back out to Parker. Parker, good play by Duncan to get the new 24. Bowen from Duncan. Rejected by Williams. 3-on-2 for Dallas. Finley lost it. Duncan for Bowen. Williams is back. Nice play. Parker set up by Bowen.
It's almost like Bowen forgot to pass a couple times when he's gotten his shot rejected. That time, after getting it blocked again, he decided to give it up to an open teammate.
The game is tied at 40. LaFrench for 3. Coming up on 3 minutes remaining in the first half as Parker pulls it back. Ginobili. The reverse stuff by Manu Ginobili. Wow. 17 points. 12 of the 17 here in the second. Nash draws the foul.
This is just an athletic play by Ginobili. He delays a second after he feeds the post. Then he runs a cut without the ball, gets an outside handoff. He's not going to come on the regular side. He's going up and under on the other side to avoid LaFrence's block attempt. Check out the bench on this one. Kevin Willis loves it.
Dallas is led by as many as 9. They started out with great emotion. San Antonio now up 42-40 with 2:44 to go in this first half. A reminder coming up on the Verizon Wireless halftime report. Ernie Johnson along with Kenny Smith, Charles Barkley, and Magic Johnson. And via satellite, they'll be talking with one of Jeff Van Gundy's favorite players, LeBron James.
Not one of. Just ask him where he wants the ball. No, I'm joking.
Here's Ernie checking out the crowd as he gets ready.
Nice color shirt by Ernie tonight.
Citrus was what, last night or 2 games ago? Citrus.
Wasn't that Talangelo a couple nights ago he had?
Yeah. Talangelo. Along with the tilapia, the fish that he had.
Is that a Jerry Talangelo shirt?
He's gone through the pastels, all the different pastel shades first.
They say imitation is the greatest form of flattery, and he's just imitating our Craig Sager.
We're kind of low-key tonight. Game tied at 42. Duncan trying to get it inside to Robinson. And Exel attempted to go behind the back, nearly got picked off.
Nice defensive job that time by Walt Williams. Coming out of the timeout, a play drawn up by Popovich, throw it to the high post. David Robinson reverses to the rim. They use the play a lot, and then it's a high-low lob pass from Robinson. Williams did a good job defending it.
He sure did. I love when guys are competing when they know they're overmatched, and Williams has really competed with his low-post defense. A couple plays before, he blocked Bowens on the cut and trying to finish, so he's really competing at a high level.
The Wizards signed as a free agent. He was with Houston last year. He's played for Sacramento, Miami, Toronto, and Portland. Came up big in several games in the previous series against one of his former teams, the Sacramento Kings. Here is Finley for 3. Mavericks are getting excellent looks from downtown. They are now 7 for 17 from beyond that three-point line.
Tony Parker looked at Jackson and tried to explain that's supposed to be your rotation out there. Jackson late coming.
Ginobili tries the 3. Nearly got the hop. Oh, look out. Nash and Ginobili involved in that collision. And Ginobili called for the foul.
Spurs number 20.
This is what you talk about, going hard, go full speed. Nash running, Ginobili trying to slow him up a little bit. You see Ginobili trying to jump in front. He just did not have the proper angle. Definitely a block on his part.
14 fouls apiece with 1:45 to play in the first half. Now here's Bruce Bowen coming on for Manu Ginobili. 18 minutes, 6 of 9 for the field. 17 points for Ginobili. Claxton and Jackson back on the floor for San Antonio. Here's Williams. Spurs on the run. Claxton met by Nash. And he regroups. Bowen for 3. A loose ball foul. Stafford makes the call. It's on Nash. That's his first. Dallas is over the limit.
See from up top. Running inside. Duncan trying to fight the 4 white jerseys, but the loose ball foul. And Jeff, how do you explain this? Last game for San Antonio, the MVP, Tim Duncan, goes for 34 points and 24 rebounds. Right now, he has 3 points in this basketball game.
Well, I think they're doing a good job of double-teaming him. I think they should try to get him the ball on duck-ins from the top where there are no double teams. But what I love about Duncan is he still passes the ball, gives it up, plus his teammates. And if they start continuing to knock down more and more shots, he'll have more one-on-one opportunities.
Similar approach to that of the Phoenix Suns in that opening round series. And Duncan's numbers as a result were down, but the assists were up. He was looking for other people. Williams. 8 3-pointers for the Mavs, and they lead 48-44. Under a minute remaining in this first half. They continue with the double. Duncan lost it. Last touch by Dallas with 4 on the shot clock.
Well, you mentioned against Phoenix, Duncan's numbers were down. It starts with field goal attempts. He has only 3 field goal attempts right now. He shot only 4 free throws.
4 on the shot clock. Down to 1. And Duncan is able to hit and draws the foul. Foul on Bell. That's his 3rd.
Duncan swings in. The clock is run down. He's got to get the shot off. You can see right there the reach in. He was hit on the left arm as he shot the jump shot.
That's an excellent call. It's a very foolish foul by Bell. He should have gone up and contested it, but certainly not foul or appear to foul.
You know what I like, Jeff? Derek Stafford, the official, listened to Nelly. He understands the emotion of the game, and he did not react to it.
Nash right back with the 3. 51-47. Dallas. Half minute remaining.
And that was a great 2-for-1 opportunity for Nash.
Claxton is turned back. There's a 1.5-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. And they're working that clock down. They double Finley. Williams for 3. And a foul on the Spurs. They are over the limit, so Roger Bell will head to the line. Foul on Speedy Claxton.
Claxton sticks his nose in here as he goes after the loose ball. Unfortunately, he runs into the body of Roger Bell. Bell will go to the free throw line now. Again, a scramble for the ball. Too much body contact down below.
Bell only a 68% free throw shooter. 1.5 remaining in this first half. Dallas to the line only 4 times, while San Antonio 18 of 20 at the foul line. So despite the fact that the Mavs have shot just under 48%, it's very close in this first half as Duncan heaves it. A dramatic first half for the Mavericks, who are playing without size. They're without their star, Dirk Nowitzki. Sean Bradley not available. Their other big man, Evan Eschmeyer, not available. But they lead San Antonio here at halftime by the score 52-47. And they're doing it with a 3-point shot. Steve Nash 4 for 5 from downtown. They're 9 of 20 overall. Michael Finley with 15. Steve Nash with 14 points. Nick Van Exel with 13. Let's go to Cheryl.
And Nick, you guys were able to get off to a quick start. You expended a lot of energy. Can you keep the pace up in the second half?
I hope so. We know we're going to be in trouble, but we're playing pretty fast right now. What we're trying to do is just ISO and drive and kick. If we're making shots, it'll be a great success. If we start missing, we're going to be in trouble.
Tim Duncan only has 8 points, and you guys had to go with the smaller lineup out of necessity. What were you able to do defensively against him?
We're just being aggressive to try to attack him and make the other guys beat us right now. We know Tim can beat us by himself, so we got to make other guys beat us.
All right, good luck in a second.
Thanks.
Send it back to you, Mark.
All right, thank you, Cheryl. It is a desperation game for the Mavericks, who do not want to go back to San Antonio trailing 3-1. Coming up in a moment, the Verizon Wireless halftime report with Ernie, Kenny, Charles, and Magic. We'll be right back.
This copyrighted telecast of the National Basketball Association is intended solely for the entertainment of our audience, and any retransmission, reproduction, rebroadcast, or other use or dissemination of this telecast, or the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the National Basketball Association is prohibited.
In June, he will be the #1 pick of the NBA draft. Tonight, LeBron James is joining us live from Akron, Ohio. LeBron, thanks a lot for spending some time with us.
Well, thanks for having me.
Hey, what you got on your feet right now?
Oh, y'all want to see what I got on my feet?
Yeah, what you got on your feet?
You know, Charles.
Can you help us?
You know, Charles might not know. Charles knows something about these. Look on the other side. Y'all see what this says? Y'all know them Air Force Ones.
I didn't know
right
I couldn't tell what brand that was.
Hey, Charles, he should have signed with Adidas. Why he didn't sign with Adidas?
Well, he want to be famous, baby. Only Nike can make you famous.
Hey, I follow Charles. I was following Charles' footsteps at Nike.
Hey, LeBron, I got 2 questions for you real quick. Did you go to the prom?
No, I didn't go to the prom. I had to handle some business.
All right, and were you voted most likely to succeed?
Hey, well, them votes all come out next week, so hopefully.
Hey, what are these days like for you with all the attention and with Cleveland getting the #1 pick, and you know that, hey, I'm staying close to home?
Well, I think I'm just really excited about this upcoming season. Hopefully we can look forward to seeing what our coach is going to be, and hopefully getting me some veteran players that surround me and try to get as easy as it can for me to make the transition from high school to the NBA.
What position do you think you're best suited for? I mean, everybody say 1, 2, 3, 4. What position do you prefer to play?
I think the 1 and 2, because I think, you know, a lot of people compare me to Magic sitting in there, you know, and I think for me and my teammates for the Cavs, I think wherever they need me to play, I think I can provide.
Well, first of all, you ain't like Magic Johnson yet because he got more than 100 million. He got a long way to go.
You know what, LeBron, I know one thing that I was kind of wondering. I know how you probably prepared for this, to getting yourself a high school season. And earlier I asked, I wonder what you're going to do differently to prepare for an NBA season, which is totally different from getting prepared for a high school season.
Well, you know, I just have to ask around the people who have made the transition from high school to the NBA, because, you know, I've never been to the NBA before, so it's going to be hard for me to try to make the transition. I just think most of all, it's going to be from 29 games to 81 games. I think that's the biggest transition in the traveling.
Hey, LeBron, who do you think your coach is going to be? What are the papers up there saying? Is Jeff Van Gundy got the inside track up there? He's here watching this very interview.
Well, little do they know is in the Cleveland Plain Dealer today, there was speculations talking about Larry Brown might be the front runner. And I think Larry Brown is a great teacher if we can get him, because he can, I think I'm a student of the game, and for Larry Brown, it'll be great.
What's the positive and the negative about you ending up in Cleveland? Because now all your friends get to come see you play, which is good, but also that can be bad too.
Well, you know, it's been a lot of pressure for me the last 4 years, and I just think that every time I go out there, it's going to be pressure because everyone comes to watch me play. But I feel like if I just go out there and play my game, I'm going to give the people what they come to see.
Have you learned that magic word yet? No. That's going to become the most important word in your vocabulary. No, I'm not lending you money. No, I'm not getting you tickets. And no, I'm not helping you start a business.
You know what, LeBron, also, if everyone's projecting, you know, oh, in 3 years he'll be this, in 2 years or this year, what do you see yourself doing? What do you see LeBron James impact? What is that? What's going to happen? Tell us what you see.
Well, I think for the Cavs, I think I'm going to make an impact immediately because, you know, I think our team can't get any worse than last year. So I'm just going to try to make the biggest impact that I can this year and try to get my teammates better every day and also myself.
Go out on a limb and say y'all gonna make the playoffs right now. Guarantee y'all gonna make the playoffs.
No, I can't be like the coach from Atlanta, giving out tickets so they don't make the playoffs.
LeBron James, thanks for spending some time. Thank you for your answers and
good luck, man.
I hope you can use all the advice you got from the set here tonight.
And send me a LeBron signed jersey. 3 of them there.
I can't wait to get my LeBron James shoes.
Oh, I know it's tough going to PE next week, ain't it?
Learn to say no, LeBron. Learn to say no. We'll be back with more of the Verizon Wireless halftime report in just a second. Meantime, you've seen it before. Here it is, Charles Barkley's super agent dispensing advice to people who don't need it for over 10 years. LeBron James, the latest client.
Basketball players are the greatest athletes in the world. Day in and day out, just perform the most remarkable feats.
These guys are mobile guys who can dribble, run, shoot three-pointers, take the ball anywhere, do anything they want to.
And so you see more spectacular plays than ever before in the history of basketball.
Watch the NBA Finals, Game 1, June 4th at 8 p.m. on ABC.
We are back in Dallas, getting ready for the second half, and the Mavericks playing without Dirk Nowitzki, leading San Antonio 52-47. Marv Albert, Jeff Van Gundy, the czar, Mike Fratello, and Jeff. The Mavs came out with a great burst of energy, and they have done it by hitting the shot from downtown.
They're 9 for 20 from 3, and I love how the big three, Finley, Nash, and Van Exel, have attacked, scoring 42 points in the first half.
San Antonio down by as many as 9 points, and a very quiet first half off for Tim Duncan, who has been effectively double-teamed by the Mavericks.
Well, first thing, Mark, both teams have really shortened their rotations, using just 7 players on each team in the first half. Duncan only 5 field goal attempts. They're taking the ball out of his hands. Somebody had to step up. It happened to be Manu Ginobili, 17 points off the bench to help keep them in the game.
Now let's take a look at the Jeep game summary. Mavericks at 48% from the field, 20 of 42. San Antonio just 13 for 33, 39%, but they have done it at the foul line. 18 of 20 at the line. Dallas just 3 for 5 at the line, and San Antonio getting production off the bench. 23 bench points, only 5 for Dallas. Now, Jeff, what is this with LeBron James coming out to Larry Brown? Well, nothing personal against Larry Brown. Obviously, he did not realize that you were sitting here.
But I loved his answer about Larry Brown. Great teacher, very humble in all of his answers about what he wanted to accomplish. But he could have spared a little love for me.
In all fairness to him, the young man was sitting there trying to do the interview, looking into a TV monitor. He did not know that you were there on camera. So I felt very badly for you, partner. I really did.
Oh, thank you. But I'll tell you one thing. I love his whole demeanor with all the hoopla that is now surrounding him.
The thing that Charles Barkley said may have been the greatest information and advice he can get. You learn to say no, pick and choose wisely.
Third quarter underway. San Antonio with Tim Duncan, David Robinson, Bruce Bowen, Steven Jackson, and Tony Parker on the floor. Robinson thought he was fouled. Van Exel, wild shot, going right to left. Nick Van Exel with 2 more. He has 15. He's 7 of 12 from the floor. Mavericks lead by 7. Trying to get back into the series, trailing 2 games to 1. With game number 5 in San Antonio on Tuesday night. They do not want to be in a position down 3-1 back in San Antonio. Bowen kept it alive, and a loose ball foul against the Spurs.
If you're going to play a bigger team versus a smaller team, then you have to take advantage and pound them on the glass. San Antonio hasn't done it yet.
Foul on Bowen is second. Let's check in with Craig Sagan. Craig?
Well, the coaching staff for San Antonio is happy that they survived that poor start, but not happy with the fact of being out-rebounded. Obviously, there's some long rebounds to the threes. They have to box out, go get the ball. Only 5 assists, 3 from Duncan. The ball will be in Duncan's hands. You can see Duncan, and more Duncan. Cheryl?
Craig, I spoke to Dirk Nowitzki, and he said that his teammates played extremely well in the first half. He thought that the ball movement in the half-court offense was outstanding. Defensively, he felt that his team did a great job on Tim Duncan. I asked him how the knee was feeling. He said, fantastic. It feels great. He's looking forward to playing this Tuesday in San Antonio. And Mark, do you think Nelly might have a say in that?
Well, Don gave us the impression as LaFrentz is able to slam. He gave us the impression that Nowitzki would be able to play at the SD Center in San Antonio on Tuesday, but he insisted that he sit out here tonight. Nice backdoor play as Jackson lost his man. Mavericks 56, Spurs 51. Nash. The Mavericks are playing at a quick pace here at the start of the third quarter, looking to get those shot attempts on the rim. Offensive foul on Robinson. A pushing foul as David Robinson tried to set up. Greg Popovich has not been happy, and that began with the quick hook. Early first quarter. An excellent Nash in the backcourt. Here's Nash. Steve Nash has been outstanding. His best game of this series. He has 16 points. Mavericks lead by 7. Here's the double on Duncan. He finds Jackson.
And that's the second time Jackson's made a good random cut to draw a layup instead of just spotting up behind the three-point line.
LaFrentz. Tim Duncan with 10 rebounds, 4 assists. Doing it in other categories.
Because you're paying so much attention to Duncan. If your defensive man turns his head to go help on Duncan by moving without the ball, 2 good baskets for Jackson.
Parker from Duncan. Jim is piling up the assists. 8.5 remaining on the third. Mavericks with a 3-point lead. We had 10 lead changes in the second quarter alone. Williams and a foul. Walt Williams able to penetrate. He'll go to the line. He was hit by Robinson.
Walt Williams. 2.
David Robinson called for his second. Williams to the line for the first time. He has shot just 1 of 7 from the field. Mavericks down to 9 players tonight. In the absence of Dirk Nowitzki and Sean Bradley and Evan Eschmeyer. Well, it's the drama of NASCAR on TNT. It all begins July 3rd. For complete schedule information, log on to NASCAR.com. Bizarre loves the animation.
Well, how about that Indy 500 race today? Going for the three-peat.
Jeff reading up once again. Cramming prior to the telecast. Here's Bowen for 3. He has not had the touch tonight from downtown. And Enzo passed on the 3, hit the 2. Dallas leads by 7.
There's one thing that stands out to me, Jeff, it's the fact that Dallas is putting a body on Tim Duncan. You don't see him just rising up above everyone like he did last game, clearing the boards, coming up with second shot opportunities.
Greg Popovich calls for time. They are on their feet here at American Airlines Center.
Mom, Dad, we're here. Oh, great.
Oh.
The Hyundai Sonata with America's best warranty.
Boy, am I hungry.
When life keeps getting better, you win.
Jason Kidd is probably the smartest player I think that's in the league right now. His ability to get his team ready to do certain things is extraordinary.
Tim Duncan is the greatest fundamental player in the game. He has no weaknesses, and he makes the game look simple. He is the MVP in our league.
Old school basketball was simple. It was passing, shooting, and defending. Today's game is old school.
Watch the NBA Finals Game 1, June 4th at 8 p.m. on ABC.
TNT's exclusive coverage of the NBA Western Conference Finals is brought to you by Hyundai. When your car comes with America's best warranty, you win. And the Hulk. On June 20th, experience the incredible.
Soccer was huge in my development, I think, as an athlete. You know, my first word was goal. So, you know, I played soccer straight out of the crib, and, you know, it does help your footwork, coordination, balance, timing, your athleticism. Maybe, you know, I'm not the most explosive guard, but, you know, a pretty quick feet and my balance and coordination, I think, really make up for that. So, soccer was incredible in my development.
All right, this is a younger Steve Nash 5 years ago as a member of the Phoenix Suns, showing his nifty footwork. Steve grew up in Victoria, British Columbia. His dad played professional soccer in South Africa and England.
Steve obviously changing hairstylists along the way.
Steve Nash has come up big tonight, 16 points. Nick Van Exel, high point man for Dallas with 17. Bad pass from Jackson. Here's Van Exel with Jackson back. Van Exel off balance, going glass. Mavericks have a 9-point lead. So Dallas matches its biggest lead of the night. We've played 5 minutes of the third. Here's Parker for 3. Tony Parker with 18 points.
That's a great response by Tony Parker after a tough Van Exel shot to come back and knock in the 3.
And Exel lost it. Williams reaching in and then called for the foul.
Even though it was unintentional, the foul had to be called. Otherwise, it was a travel violation on Tony Parker.
Blake Rose back on the floor, replacing David Robinson. Here's the double on Duncan, and he's still able to hit. What a tough angle shot off glass by Tim Duncan.
And a good counter by Duncan to face up and shoot it before the double team arrives.
Williams, yes. And it appeared that Blake Rose got a piece of that shot. Mavericks 66, Spurs 60. Dallas now shooting 50% from the field. Jackson with some room. And Exel accelerates on Bowen and nowhere to go. So Duncan come over to help. It's a 3-on-2. Broken up momentarily, recovered by Parker. And Exel over to help on the double. And it will be San Antonio ball.
Because of the deflection on the cross-court pass, by the time San Antonio got the ball into Duncan's hands, there were just 14 going on 13 seconds left. By the time the double team comes in the next pass, the shot clock now at 9 seconds.
5.5 remaining in the third. Duncan. And the officials confirm last touch by Dallas. So San Antonio gets the new shot clock.
But even though Duncan missed that drive opportunity, again, he made the counter to face up and go by Rafe LaFrentz instead of accepting the double team with his back to the basket.
Manu Ginobili has come on, had the sensational first half. Parker for three. Rebounded by Williams, stripped by Jackson. Steven Jackson took it right out of his hands, and then hits from downtown. Steven Jackson, one of three San Antonio players to be pulled early by Greg Popovich and appeared to be sulking at the bench, has come back strong here in the third.
Yeah, one other thing I noticed, Mark, Greg Popovich has come out this half, and he's sitting on the bench, understanding, I think, that everyone is feeling the pressure out there of having to win a game without Nowitzki on the other end. So I think he's backed off, okay, his earlier stance on how he was going after his players a little bit.
Tim Duncan more aggressive at the offensive end here in this third quarter, trying to pick it up. Nash gets inside. He was expecting contact. Jackson, once again, with all kinds of time. Rebounded by Ginobili. And they can reset. Dallas by three. Coming about 4 minutes remaining in this third quarter. Game 4 of the Western Conference Final Series, and Tony Parker continues to excel. A 10-2 run for San Antonio.
What Popovich did is he brought Duncan out away from the basket, let him set a side pick and roll to get eventually the open look for Tony Parker, penetration, and the teardrop. So Popovich moving Duncan around now in the offensive end, particularly in the half-court sets.
The finals are coming June 4th at 8 p.m. on ABC.
Make room for the Amstel Light 12-pack.
I told you she had a boyfriend.
The Hyundai Tiburon, with America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles. When you can be counted on, you win.
Make room for the Amstel Light 12-pack.
Would you like to own your own business and enjoy financial independence? Nationwide Cyber Systems introduces the most exciting business opportunity of the 21st century: public access internet terminals. These amazing machines offer high-speed internet access, email, and video email to the public for only 25 cents per minute. They take cash and credit cards. Bill Gates says in any area where there's payphones, you'll start to find public internet terminals. Forecasters predict that 300,000 of these machines will be in service throughout the U.S. by 2005. How many would you like to own? Nationwide can start you in a turnkey business and help you secure the most profitable locations in your area before someone else gets them. You can start part-time and expand according to your own timetable. Call now for your free video and information package. There is unlimited income potential. Don't delay. The best locations won't last long.
In 1991, 6 men set off on a collision course with history. George Clooney.
This is the moment of truth.
Mark Wahlberg. The Perfect Storm. Next Sunday night at 8 on TNT.
San Antonio down by 9 just a moment ago with a 10-2 run. Mavericks committing 3 turnovers the last 5 possessions, leading to this barrage.
Double team, give and go. Then Tony Parker hits a 3 from the top of the circle. Face up, use the backboard, which Marv loves. And then again, Jackson spotting up for a 3. That's how you put a run together.
Dallas with only 1 turnover the previous 18 minutes, and turn it over 3 times in 5 possessions. Dallas players logging high number of minutes, which we anticipated in the absence of Dirk Nowitzki, Sean Bradley. Michael Finley has gone all the way. Nick Van Exel 1 minute shy of the distance. Steve Nash has nearly played all the way.
Well, remember what Nick Van Exel said. If we can keep making shots, then we'll have a chance. Because if the minutes build up and those legs start to go, if you don't have the same lift, you can't knock down shots on a regular basis, you got a problem.
Finley posting, and he's blocked by Jackson. Steven Jackson has played well here in this third quarter at both ends. Just under 4 remaining in the third. Rick Popovich has Malik Rose and Manu Ginobili off the bench on the floor. Jackson trying to get out of the pivot and lost it. Roger Bell is getting set to return. Here's LaFrance from way downtown. The save attempted by Williams, but Jackson is on it. He lost his headband in the process. Parker, yes. Well, San Antonio players continue to get the space because of the double teaming of Tim Duncan.
Looks like very simple basketball, and it is, but so effective when you have players that execute what the coach is drawing up.
Parker with 9 of his 22 here in the third, had that big third quarter on Friday night. Finley. Spurs have recaptured the lead, up by 1. 2.5 to go in the third. Parker, yes. Tony Parker in game 3 on Friday had 19 of his 29 in the third. He has sparked a 14-2 run, 24 points in all by Parker, and this represents the biggest lead of the night for the Spurs. They're up by 3 points. Nash met by Duncan, trying to protect the ball, and a foul is called against Dallas. And you can see the reaction by Don Nelson. Foul on LaFrance, that's his third.
Mark Cuban, the owner of the Dallas Mavericks, not very happy with that particular call. We see Nash go up, trying to draw contact, but he clears the right arm away of Tim Duncan with his free hand. That's where the offensive foul is called. Or it's called on LaFrance right there. Great LaFrance, that's the good call. That's the look right there as he pulls the arm down.
Nash sits down along with LaFrance. Duncan, and he suddenly is finding more room.
Well, he's made a good adjustment, as they all have. They're going to more pick and rolls. The pick and rolls are getting Dallas in rotation and getting bodies off Duncan, and then he can take advantage of it at a quicker pace.
Mavericks have missed their last 6 shots. Out of 5 on the shot clock. Van Exel is fouled. Foul committed by Duncan. That's 2 on Duncan. Nick Van Exel will go to the line. Nick had a magnificent series against Sacramento, averaged 25 a game, including that playoff career-high 40 back in Game 3, the double overtime victory. 4-point San Antonio lead.
Notice the unorthodox free throw attempt, the space between the foul line and the shooter's front foot. Nick Van Exel felt he's a better free throw shooter if he, instead of shooting it from 15, if he moves back to about 18.
I heard Bruce Bowen's going to do that and shoot from behind the three-point line. He's going to keep backing up, see if he can take it from the corner.
Duncan on the follow.
And again, it all started with the pick and roll. They forced rotation. Finley's overmatched on the second shot attempt, and Duncan converted.
16 now for Duncan after the slow start. Van Exel just firing it up, able to get to the rebound. Rose is on it. Under a minute remaining in the third quarter.
They go with the steady diet of pick and rolls until Dallas solves the problem.
Shot clock to 6. Jackson. Steven Jackson has been a major factor in this third quarter. He has 9 points for the game. All have come here in the third. Finley had it deflected. Finley thought he was fouled. It will be Dallas ball with 15 on the 24.
Jeff, Dallas has changed up their pick-and-roll defense on that 1-5 Parker-Duncan pick-and-roll. They are trapping it and already sending the next guy across early on the rotation to meet Duncan. That's why the weak side of the floor and the middle of the lane are what's wide open right now.
And the problem with that is the rotation is a small man because they're playing 4 small.
Finley for 3. Mavericks now 10 of 23 from beyond that three-point line. San Antonio with the ball, up by 5 with final seconds of the third. Down to 3, down to 2. Parker. Ginobili with a sensational tip. Manu Ginobili. Right on track with that missed shot and chips it home.
You must maintain your block out at the last second. Ginobili, it looks like it was Van Exel that might have been the block out guy that was supposed to have him. Ginobili just doesn't give up on it, controls it, and puts it back in.
And things have turned for the Spurs here in the third, led by Duncan, who now has 16 points, 16 rebounds. We are coming up on 10 o'clock here in Dallas, Texas. San Antonio with a 17-4 run in command of the third quarter. They now lead by 7. Here's a look at tonight's Lemasa lessons in footwork.
With time about to expire in the quarter, you'll see Manu Ginobili trying to be blocked out by Van Exel. Van Exel breaks his concentration. Ginobili with the fancy footwork to tip it back in just before the buzzer goes off.
And that concluded a 30-18 advantage in the third quarter to San Antonio.
And just before 11 p.m. Eastern, I might add,
True.
Mark.
You love the time checks.
I love the time checks.
Dallas over the last 6.5 minutes, 1 of 10 from the field, 3 turnovers, and that 17-4 run. You're going to miss those time checks next season, Jeff.
I may not.
Here's Jackson putting the move on Nahara. Steven Jackson with a strong second half.
Sometimes when teams switch, teams try to post up the mismatch instead of drive versus the bigger defender. That time Jackson did a great thing, taking it to the rim.
And the Mavericks have gone cold. They are now 1 for their last 11. Let's check in with Cheryl.
Thanks a lot, Marvel. Out of that last time out, Coach Nelson was emphasizing in the huddle. Come on, guys, we've got to push the ball. And number 2, we've got to rebound. We need to keep the Spurs off the offensive glass. But more importantly, guys, where is the intensity? We need to bring it in the fourth.
Marshall, a minute gone by in this fourth quarter. Jackson with the step on Nahara and hits again. Steven Jackson, who has been bothered by flu symptoms the last couple of games. Sat out practice yesterday, took part of the shoot-around today. Van Exel is off, 1 for the last 12 now. And that is deflected out of bounds. Last touch by Duncan. It will be Dallas in possession.
Remember what Nick Van Exel said at halftime? Dallas is shooting 48% from the floor. They're now down to 42%. And that's what San Antonio's defense does to teams. The size they have, the shot blocking they have, the pressure they put on you, eventually it takes its toll. And for Dallas, they're using up so much energy. We had said early on, these teams looked like they were tiring.
Adrian Griffin back on the floor, able to get to that offensive board. Griffin, Finley, Nahara, LaFrentz, and Nash. Nash's shot deflected. Ginobili. LaFrentz knocked it aside and deflected out by the Mavericks.
Shut up, Ginobili!
sure at one end Dallas felt they were fouled. At this end of the floor, the feeling from the Spurs bench is that LaFrentz had fouled Ginobili on the right wrist as he drove to the basket.
Jackson will throw it in. Duncan Rose and Ginobili up front. Jackson and Parker after the guards. Here's the double on Duncan. Jackson with the rainbow. Rebounded by Griffin. Here's Nash to the fade. Well, they were one of their previous 14. Steve Nash cuts it to a 9-point deficit.
What a tough shot that was by Nash. Get that deep in the lane, then pull back, fade away, and splash it over Tony Parker.
The play by Nahara. Here comes Nash, putting the move on Parker. And that's a goaltend. So the basket will count. The San Antonio lead is down to 7. Nash now has 20 points. And you can see Steve Nash hobbling back to the other end.
Keep in mind how many times this year San Antonio has had leads disappear in the fourth quarter down the stretch.
Foul on Nahara. Dallas, on the other hand, has been an excellent come-from-behind team. However, they have had Dirk Nowitzki in the lineup for those comebacks. San Antonio with big trouble holding on to leads in the postseason. Had trouble during the regular season. They've blown double-digit leads in 6 playoff games, losing 4 of the 6. Most memorable Game 5 against the Lakers, led by as many as 25, held on for the win as Robert Horry, potential 3-point winner, went in and out.
And that's one of the reasons right there why they've lost some leads, because they are a 4 free throw shooting team.
Finley draws the foul. It counts! And the foul. That's 3 on Ginobili as Finley heads to the line.
Well, suddenly the energy has picked back up again, just like the coach asked him to do. Finley takes it down, draws contact, concentration still there as he knocks down the jump shot. Now he'll go to the line, try and complete the 3-point play.
Finley at 86% free throw shooter.
And Mark, the Mavericks were on the verge of being blown out. They've made a response. They've switched to some more zone, and now they're within striking distance. They've got to hang close until the final 3 minutes.
Parker with the roll. LaFrentz had it batted away. San Antonio with the new 24. Good hustle by Ginobili. San Antonio up by 5. Oh, Ginobili took his eye off that pass. The ball back to Dallas, but the Spurs will talk it over. A 7-1 run by the Mavericks with 8:47 remaining in this fourth quarter.
We just stole $35 million worth of gold.
He betrayed his friends.
What are you doing?
Make your plans around. This Friday, it's time for payback.
You ready?
Mark Wahlberg, Charlize Theron, Edward Norton.
Just blew the element of surprise.
Surprise? The Italian Job, rated PG-13, starts Friday. From TNT.
If nature selects you to be a cold-blooded killer, then that is what you are.
Alec Baldwin.
What did they tell you?
Second Nature. See the world premiere Sunday, June 22nd at 8, only on TNT.
They work for the biggest names in racing. They build the world's fastest race cars. But can they handle the junkyard?
Gentlemen, stop your engines!
Junkyard Mega Awards brings together 3 teams of engineers from the 3 major racing leagues in the Ultimate Junkyard Challenge. Build a red-hot race car from trash in just 10 hours. Who will win the Speedway Showdown? Tonight at 9, only on TLC. Bring it on!
A message from the law offices of James Sokolov on mesothelioma. Mesothelioma is a rare, malignant type of cancer in the lungs, usually associated with exposure to asbestos. If you or a loved one have been diagnosed with mesothelioma, call the law offices of James Sokolov at 1-800-518-3653. 1-800-518-3653. 1-800-518-3653.
Mavericks turning it on the Spurs, who had a 21-4 run for an 11-point lead. Dallas coming back with a 7-1 advantage. On hand here tonight, Dallas Cowboy owner Jerry Jones, his basketball advisor and head coach of the Cowboys, Bill Parcells, Hall of Famer Bill Russell, and never know who else might be in this capacity crowd.
Oh, the kids just love me, don't they? Oh, don't put that face in front of that cute baby, please. You must have broken out a new one because the old bleached one got sent home today.
That's right. I gave it to my girlfriend, Maddie.
Right.
Maddie took it home.
She loves her Uncle Mikey.
And his young Mary Van Gundy. She wrote me a goodbye note today. Found it under my door this morning.
He relates to the kids, doesn't he? Nash, yes! Steve Nash from downtown. It's a 2-point game, and how things have turned in this fourth quarter. Dallas has hit its last 4 shots since the 1-for-14 drought. Nash, 5 of 6 from beyond the 3-point line. Parker for the crossover. Here's Bowen. Yes, Bruce Bowen from downtown. So Bowen finally finds the ring. That is his first 3. Nash rejected by Rose on a 3-point attempt. And the foul on Dallas. Malik Rose gambling coming out to look to block the 3, and then he was fouled by Nash.
Second team foul. The defense was pretty good overall by Dallas. They kicked it back out, and then a tough shot that time by Bruce Bowen as he makes it. Big-time shot with the clock running down.
In fact, for Bowen, his first field goal of the night. Delay of game called on the Mavericks. A second delay means a technical foul. Nick Van Exel over at the scorer's table looking to check in. They double up on Duncan. Now single coverage, and Duncan able to score over LaFrentz.
Beautiful offense against the zone. To Duncan, double team, threw it out, and then reposted and gave him an easy one-on-one opportunity.
San Antonio by 7. Nash played on a switch by Duncan, and then Nash's pass stolen by Bowen. Here's Ginobili ahead of the field. Manu Ginobili on the break. So the Spurs lead 89-80.
Nice catch by Ginobili. He looked like a defensive back that suddenly was turned around by a receiver's moves. He was able to get his balance, make the catch, and finish.
Great hands on the part of Ginobili. Here's Findlay. 23 points for Findlay and a 7-point San Antonio advantage.
Findlay has been great throughout this series. He's understated just like Duncan is, but consistently plays very, very well.
A collapse on Duncan gets it to Parker. And a loose ball foul. It's on Rose. That sent Griffin to the floor. Only the second team foul on San Antonio. Second on Rose. Now Van Exel able to check in. Finley will get a rest. Van Exel and Nash in the backcourt. LaFrentz, Nahara, and Griffin up front. There's Griffin. Foul called on Ginobili. Ginobili trying to draw the charge on Adrian Griffin. In his fourth year out of the Seton Hall, he's recovered from off-season back surgery. Was not drafted by an NBA team. Played on the CBA and then Italy. Miami took a look at him. Then he signed as a free agent with Boston and spent a couple of years with the Celtics. Van Exel. And another rebound for Tim Duncan. That is number 18. Coming up on 6 minutes remaining in the fourth. Spurs by 7. Looking to go up 3 games to 1 in this best of 7. A defensive 3-second violation. So a technical foul awarded. And Parker will shoot the tee. Parker 6 of 7 at the line.
Eduardo Nahara giving up probably 4 or 5 inches to Tim Duncan. First he starts on the top side, tries to work his way around into a front position. Very physical, a lot of contact, always trying to maintain a feel on touch to know where Duncan is.
Steven Jackson is back, coming on for Manu Ginobili. Shot clock to 7. Parker eluding Nash. And LaFrentz rebound. Dallas trailing by 7. Nash able to retrieve. Nahara with a good catch and drew the foul. It was fortunate because he was out of control.
I'm not sure that Nash's pass wasn't supposed to go to Nick Van Exel, who was spotting up behind the three-point line at the other end. Nahara just happened to get in the way.
Foul on Duncan. That is his third, and a timeout taken.
In 1991, 6 men set off on a collision course with history. George Clooney.
This is the moment of truth.
Mark Wahlberg. The Perfect Storm. Next Sunday night at 8 on TNT. It takes more than an individual to win a championship. It takes a team. Everyone working together, playing defense, leaving their egos at the door. It's old school basketball. And those who know its secrets will show what it takes to become a champion. The finals are coming. Game 1, June 4th at 8 p.m. on ABC.
And you, Wyatt, how'd you make your first billion?
Oil and cattle.
Let's call it offshore banking. Ah! And you, Jones, we're all curious. How'd you make your first billion?
Me? Oh, Pepsi.
You invented Pepsi?
Oh, no, I just drank one.
Want your first billion? Enter Pepsi's Play for a Billion sweepstakes. 1,000 winners compete for a guaranteed million on live TV. And one may even win 1 billion.
You guys got a foosball table?
Check specially marked Pepsi products.
When it comes over me, and I totally lose control. I like it.
All the rage. All the power. Unleash the fury. Hulk, the game. Available May 30th. Rated C for teen.
It's the DVD event of the summer. Die Another Day, the 2-disc special edition DVD, owned it June 3rd.
Thanks for letting me bring Fifi.
Oh, anything for you, baby. I'd give you the moon, the stars, and the ultimate love potion. Ice cold Bud Light.
For the
taste that won't fill you up and never let you down. Make it a Bud Light.
Don't worry, I got him. Ooh.
Here are tonight's Bud Light headlines. First of all, last night, the New Jersey Nets made it a 4-game sweep over the Detroit Pistons. So for the second straight season, they are on to the NBA Finals. Nets have now won 10 straight playoff games. Rudy Tomjanovich, recovering from cancer of the bladder, will no longer coach the Rockets. Takes another position in the Houston Rockets organization. There's some familiar names being mentioned, people we've heard on these airwaves. And according to the Associated Press, 76ers coach Larry Brown is expected to announce if he will return or not to the Sixers. And that announcement is anticipated sometime during the week.
Well, with Rudy Tomjanovich leaving and Larry Brown making up his mind, and if he does leave, there's not been two finer examples of what coaching should be like in the NBA over the long haul than Rudy T and Larry Brown. Excellent teachers, excellent results. They've just been great for NBA coaching.
Eduardo Nahara converts on 2 free throws to bring the Mavericks within 5, just under 5.5 remaining. In the fourth quarter, this may well be the season on the line for the Dallas Mavericks, who are trying to do it without their all-star player, Dirk Nowitzki. Here's Parker. LaFrench got a piece of it. Rose with the rebound, and they have a new shot clock.
And Dallas normally does not like to play zone without Bradley, but the zone is being effective right now on the first shot, but not the second shot.
Out of 6 on the 24. Duncan. And LaFrench got a piece of that shot.
He shoots it so effortlessly when he turns towards the middle of the lane, just gets it up over the top of the defensive man, and then there's not even rim involved there as it goes down.
Finley, yes. 91, 86 San Antonio. 4.5 remaining in the fourth.
And what the zone has taken away effectively is Parker's pick and roll game.
Jeff, do we deal with the fouling of Bone intentionally again in this game?
Rose able to pull down a big rebound. Malik Rose gets another possession.
Particularly if it's close, I would not be surprised to see Don Nelson go to it.
Well, he tried it in game 3. Did not work because Bowen hit his shot. Jackson for 3. And a loose ball foul as LaFrench and Rose get involved. And we could have ejections. Joe DeRosa holding Rose away. We'll have to get another look at that. It might have been a swipe on the part of LaFrench.
I think Malik Rose feels it was an elbow thrown there. You see the friends trying to get into him. That's not the best blockout technique. We can't see right there at the end. You can't see because you're blocked out from behind. Watch right at the end. You'll see his elbow swing in. Not yet, but right now at the end. That's the elbow that Rose reacts to.
Rose is so hard to block off. He goes after every rebound. LaFrench right there was doing what we would call a face guard blockout. Then their arms got tangled up. Whether it was inadvertent elbows or not, the elbow was thrown.
Jeff, for the people that may not understand, the face guard blockout is when you just face guard your man. Don't look at where the ball's going because people are too quick. They move without the ball. You can't get a good body on him. You face him up, somebody else gets the rebound.
Double technicals on LaFrench and Rose, and a personal foul on LaFrench. His 5th. Rose comes up short. 3.5 remaining in the fourth. Dallas with the ball down by 5. LaFrench for 3. Yes! LaFrench from downtown. It's a 2-point San Antonio lead. Dallas. We talked just moments ago about the Spurs having difficulty holding on to leads. They led by as many as 11. Rose off a beautiful pass from Jackson.
They stayed perimeter against the zone the entire time. Then dribble penetration and the quick pass underneath led to the score.
A 9-2 Dallas run. LaFrance again for three, way off, and the rebound handled by Bowen. We're down to 2.5 remaining in the fourth, and Greg Popovich takes a timeout.
Dribble penetration, splits the zone from the outside. Jackson with the look-away pass. Rose found the spot, and the finish.
This chick's rocking your bro on the dance floor, but she's towing an anchor, a junior investment banker who's talking about herself and not much more. Oh, so buy her a beer, it's the reason you're here. Mighty wingman, you're taking one for the team, so your buddy can live the dream. Wingman.
When I totally lose control, I like it. With the wicked.
This month, catch the most intense martial arts event, K1 Battle of the Beast. 8 men enter, 1 man survives. Direct Ticket Pay-Per-View presents K1 Enter the Beast. K1's top North American fighter, Michael McDonald, legendary 6-time world champion Rick Rufus, and Kung Fu superstar Kung Lee. Direct Ticket Pay-Per-View, K1 Enter the Beast. Witness the greatest knockouts in the ring and the toughest fighters in the world, Rick Rufus, Michael McDonald, and Kung Lee. It's K1 Enter the Beast on Direct Ticket Pay-Per-View.
Showtime Hollywood Hits.
I'm applying to Stanford. I didn't get in.
You sent in the wrong transcript?
They can get into college and check me out.
If I talk with the dean of admissions, he's got to let me in.
You stay here. I'll be back in 15 minutes with the dean's address. Hey, cutie.
Orange County, this month only on Showtime. Part of Showtime Unlimited. Add it for $12 or less per month. Call 1-800-DIRECTV to order now.
We have a warrant to search your home.
TNT summons you to over 12 hours of Law and Order. The drama of justice starts Memorial Day tomorrow at 10 a.m. Followed by the TNT premiere of Boomtown at 10 p.m.
Only on TNT.
Hey, all right, what? He did not hit him. He hit Malik. After he reacted to the foul. Yeah, he just turned around and looked at him, didn't he? No, he reacted to him.
I thought LaFrance did take a swipe at Rose, which would have been ejection for the punching foul. And watch this.
Look at it, the right corner, right here in the low bottom. That is David Robinson, who was on the bench that eventually took a step or two out on the floor and then was restrained by his assistant coach. Again, you'll see Robinson right there, standing up. Now watch. Stops himself short. Coaches bring him back.
And Mark, by rule, that may well be a suspension. I had that happen to me with Patrick Ewing in 1997. A couple steps on the floor and a suspension. It should not be a suspension. The league needs to use common sense. David Robinson, as Duncan was fouled, was doing nothing to exasperate that situation or a word somewhat like that. He didn't have anything to do with that. Should not be suspension. I'm still fired up from 1997. Took a series away from us.
You just throw out any word at all.
It's a word like that. I just can't say it under pressure. I'm sorry.
I think, again, the Czar has you so thoroughly confused here at the desk. I see papers and pens flying everywhere. Ray LaFrance has just fouled out. A moment ago hit a clutch three, sits down with 7 points, 6 rebounds in his 31 minutes Tim Duncan back to the line. He's 4 for 5 at the line. It's been a very solid ball game for Duncan. Did not force the issue when he was being double teamed. He has 20 points, 18 rebounds, 7 assists. He has had his ups and downs at the free throw line. In fact, San Antonio 1 of 4 from the line in this fourth quarter after going 18 of 20 through 3. It's a 4-point Spurs lead. And Duncan hits 1 of 2. 2:20 remaining in the fourth. Walt Williams is back replacing Rafe LaFrent. Nash, Nahara, Van Exel with the step, nowhere to go. The top clock down to 7, and Williams trying to get too tricky and lost it to Ginobili.
Von Nelson went to that old Celtic weave on the outside, the three-man weave. They just did a little bit too much ball handling sideways rather than attack the basket.
Under 2 minutes remaining, fourth quarter. Shot clock to 3. Rose looking for the angle. A powerful move on the part of Malik Rose against Eduardo Nahara. 7-point San Antonio advantage. They need shots in a hurry. Van Exel. Rebound Van Exel. And Duncan is on it.
The size of Tim Duncan made Van Exel rush that second shot opportunity. It was a wide open, clear look at the basket for a layup, but he rushed it, shot it too hard.
Both teams with 2 full timeouts and a 20. Offensive foul on Parker. Both teams with 4 team fouls, so the next would put them into the penalty.
Watch the left arm of Tony Parker right there. He wraps it around, catches Nash. That's where it's called. Yeah, well, Cuban likes it. He said, yeah, definitely wrap around.
A timeout with 1:06 remaining in the fourth. Spurs by 7.
Fly Southwest Airlines with everyday fun fares as low as $49 each way. So get packing.
You are now free to move about the country.
No matter where you are, with Sprint wireless phones from Radio Shack, you can take and send pictures instantly. Not that I'm going Hollywood or anything. So come to Radio Shack, your wireless phone headquarters.
Isn't that...
Get PCS Vision Picture Phone with Picture Mail that talks from Sprint. Take and send pictures with a recorded message, just $99.99.
It was him.
It was him.
Not that I'm going Hollywood or anything.
Radio Shack.
San Antonio looking to move in front 3-1 in this series with game number 5 coming up Tuesday in San Antonio, exclusively here on TNT. Coverage starting 9 o'clock. Eastern time, if necessary. Game 6 will be back here in Dallas on Thursday, with coverage also starting at 9 o'clock. And there's the chairman and CEO of the San Antonio Spurs, Peter Holt. What a season it has been for San Antonio, 60-22. Tied with Dallas, the best record in the league, but the Spurs with the home advantage in this series by virtue of the second tiebreaker best record in the conference.
You know, very interesting, Marv. You have 2 teams that have had unbelievable seasons, outstanding records. Both have owners who have more than gone over the edge in making a commitment to the team as far as signing players, spending money, giving them the best possible facility.
Finley getting that shot up. Dallas will look to fire away, and San Antonio in no hurry. They'll just try to hold on to the ball. That foul puts Dallas over the limit, but they'll have to start fouling. There's Parker. He's stopped by Williams. Nash with the spin. Oh, beautiful move by Nash. 96, 91 with 35 seconds to go. And now Jackson is fouled by Van Exel. So Jackson heads to the line.
You'll see now Nash makes his pullback, spin dribble, and keeps it down low, knowing that Duncan's coming to get it. He just tries to get it up on the glass quickly so Tim can't block it.
Steven Jackson, a 76% free throw shooter, will go to the line for the first time. And Bernie Fryer over at the scorer's table. Check the clock.
The old ice by the home team. We're having a little technical difficulties. Make Steven Jackson think about it a little bit.
San Antonio 20 of 25 from the line. Down to 35 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter.
Ray Popovich makes a substitution. He brings in his defensive stopper, Bruce Bowen. Goes smaller, takes Malik Rose out of the game. Now with the concern, Jeff, that if they get the ball back again, they're going to foul Bowen immediately.
Absolutely. But they'll probably try to take a timeout on the rebound.
There is the timeout called by Dallas. So they are down to a 20-second timeout remaining. Well, apparently now they decided to take the 20. So they have one timeout. It's a full timeout left.
And to go back to Mike's point, if San Antonio gets a stop and Bowen's not rebounded, remember, Dallas cannot foul Bowen intentionally and make him shoot free throws under 2 minutes. If Bowen does rebound it, probably a call a timeout to try to beat the foul, but if they've gotten the stop, it really doesn't matter.
Not going to foul him away from the ball because, like you said, it's shot in possession. But if he happens to get the rebound, that's the guy that they would want, and they're going to foul him. It'll be a race, whether he can call timeout first or they foul him first.
And I think right here, Dallas needs to think 3. They need a 3. They need to get it back to 4 right here.
Mavericks 12 of 23 from downtown. Mavericks got off to that emotional burst at the start. They played without Dirk Nowitzki. They had the lead for a good portion of the night. There's Williams for 3. Tipped out to Van Exel. Now Finley from way downtown. And will be Dallas in possession with 19.3 remaining.
Sometimes a very difficult 3 to defend is the one that comes off the offensive rebound.
Williams will throw in. Watched by Jackson. Van Exel. Duncan let him go. Did not want to set up a potential three-point play. And a timeout called by San Antonio with 16.2 to go and a 5-point game.
Jeff, you mentioned that missed three-point attempt is the scariest because that's when people are scrambling after the ball. It bounces long or they get it, kick it right back out. There's no defender.
TNT Inside the NBA presented by Hyundai with Ernie, Kenny, Charles, and Magic. A long night for the guys as this game got off to a delayed start, about 25 minutes worth, because the arena had to be evacuated at about 13 minutes past 7 o'clock. A small fire breaking out of the kitchen, leading to a water burst on one of the upper levels, set off the alarm. And so everyone, including our studio staff, cleared out of the building. The Czar was several blocks away before we could finally locate him.
I thought he had a night off for a second.
And the inbound pass here is critical. San Antonio's inserted Steve Kerr to make that pass.
Steve Kerr playing for the first time tonight, gets it in. And now the foul is given. Roger Bell called for the foul. And Steve Kerr, who is an excellent free throw shooter, but has not seen any action tonight, will go to the line 88% during the regular season.
spot to be in. They bring you in with 16 seconds remaining and say, go make 2 big free throws for us.
Over the years, one of the best from three-point range and from the foul line. However, Charles Barkley was once asked who he would like to see take a last-second shot on his team. And he didn't say Michael Jordan. He said Steve Kerr.
Well, he is a handsome guy, isn't he? I'll tell you.
So Kerr hits on both. And a timeout taken by the Mavs. It is their final timeout.
I might agree with the spot-up shot, but if I got to get one shot, it's got to be Michael Jordan. Charles, you're no GM in the making.
A look at the timeout rundown. Both clubs over the foul limit. San Antonio up by 7. We take a full vote on this, or is this just the production staff? Tony Parker had a nice game, but 0 for 6 in the fourth quarter. He is tonight's Gatorade peak performer, but I believe that Tim Duncan might get the edge here at the table.
This was the comeback peak performer. After you start out poorly, when you come back this way, then you get it. That's the way Tony Parker.
But he's 0 for 6 in the fourth. When was this vote taken? At the end of 3? Just give the thing to Tim Duncan every time San Antonio plays.
Here's Roger Bell. It counts, and the foul. Bad foul by the Spurs. Greg Popovich takes a long walk. He's upset with 10.7 to go. It's a 5-point game.
Bell really leans into Duncan there to initiate the contact. A little bit of a push with the forearm by Duncan. That's where the foul is called.
Now that free throw shooting specialist Steve Kerr checks back in. Roger Bell will go to the line.
And Marv, right here, Steven Jackson has rarely been the inside player to block out. He's got to block out.
Bell only a 68% free throw shooter and was off the mark. And the foul is called. Now 9.6 to go. Walt Williams collecting his fourth.
No timeouts remaining for the Dallas Mavericks, and a full and a 20-second remaining for San Antonio.
Sorry, you were doubting me on my quoting Charles Barkley regarding Steve Kerr as the guy he would like to take the shot. It's been confirmed from the booth.
Mark, there are a number of things that you have said along the way that
I can't understand why you would doubt.
Just say you're wrong.
I haven't heard Charles. I'll talk to Charles later.
It's been confirmed. Word from upstairs.
You told me. I trust you, right? Come on.
101-95. San Antonio, the Spurs on their way to taking a 3-1 lead in this best of 7, taking it back to San Antonio for game number 5 on Tuesday. Here's Bell. Duncan got a piece of it, and that will do it. A valiant effort by the Mavericks playing without their all-star, Dirk Nowitzki. And the Mavs at one point led by as many as 9. At halftime, they led 52-47. But going with only 9 players, San Antonio was able to take control of the second half and defeat the undermanned Dallas Mavericks 102-95. Let's go to Craig with Tony Parker.
Well, obviously Tim Duncan dominated the game in rebounding, assists, and all the attention. Coach Popovich said somebody has to score. You led the team in scoring. First of all, pulled from the court with 2 minutes 47 seconds to go. What was going through your mind when Coach said, hey, Tony, sit down?
You know, Pop, you know, is always tough with me, you know, and he's always going to do some stuff kind of weird, you know, but, you know, I'm strong mentally, you know, and he's always screaming at me, but I'm always going to come back, you know, and play hard, you know, and that's what he wants.
Jeff Van Gundy, Mike Fratello, Marv, they were talking about how will Tony Parker respond. What did you really think about when he took you out?
I was mad, but I said I can't let that, you know, get me in my head, you know. I knew he was going to come with me, you know, 3 minutes after, you know, and I want to play hard, you know, I want to win, you know. Our ultimate goal is to go to the championship, so I can't let that affect me.
2 nights ago, you turned the game around in the third quarter. Again tonight. What goes through your mind in the third quarter?
Nothing special, you know, they double team me, you know, teammate is so dominant, you know, inside, you know, I got a lot of wide open shots, you know, and I feel I can penetrate against Nash and Van Nix there, and my shot was on tonight, so it was pretty good.
Great game. Congratulations on staying.
Hey, no, les petits woulous, petite famille, salut!
I hope that was good.
The Czar will interpret at a later date what is most impressive about San Antonio tonight. They hit their last 7 free throws in crunch time. They've had big problems at the line, particularly in the fourth quarter, and they shoot 26 of 31 from the line. Tim Duncan, 21 points, 20 rebounds, 7 assists, 4 block shots. Tony Parker at 25. Manu Ginobili, also a major factor, 21 points. Steven Jackson with 17 all in the second half. Dallas led by Michael Finley with 25. Steve Nash at 25. 5 from downtown, and Nick Van Exel with 22. Thanks to our producer, Scooter Bertino, our director, Renardo Lowe, and our statistician, Brian Taylor. Coming up next, Inside the NBA, presented by Hyundai. So for the Czar, Mike Fratello, Jeff Van Gundy, Craig Sager, and Cheryl Miller, this is Marv Albert saying goodnight from the American Airlines Center. Jeff, once again, as you point out, NASCAR's Race for the Championship returns July 3rd on TNT. We'll take a short break, and then it's on to Ernie, Kenny, Charles, and Magic for Inside the NBA. Good night, everyone.